I have a very simple question to the panel. The question is that Mr. Abdullah spoke about building, land in the sea. Bombay is also surrounded by sea. Environmental issues everywhere. If they can do it, can Bombay also do it? Because even if we speak about anything, a statue also, environmentalists, they all gather and say, this is the issue. With the sea link, you see what has happened, and it was delayed so much. We have so much of congestion issues. We have housing issues. Do you think, to the panel, I mean, how the foreign countries or Dubai or UAE is doing it in terms of going to the sea and reclaiming the land, or as we have done in Nariman Point, can this happen again in city of Bombay? Can we see this light again?
There is nothing wrong that, if you reclaim the sea and create new land. But honestly, I think we really have a lot of land on the, if you take just the city of Bombay as an example, you have a lot of land on the eastern seafront and beyond. So why not develop that? You can definitely go to the sea. Environments, I personally do not agree. They might have their own issues. There's nothing that cannot be solved. But we actually have a lot of land. So why really go to the sea? That's my opinion.
My point of view is, before we say about reclamation, we need to identify what is the reason behind reclamation. Is it about creating a luxury offering? Is it about creating a landscape environment? Is it about creating a concept? What is the concept behind that reclamation? Because at the end, reclamation has a cost, and that will be reflected on the development that you are going to develop on that concept. When we speak about man-made islands, about reclaimed island, we have to consider that there should be a concept behind that, and there should be a value for the developments that will come after that reclamation. And here is the component that we need to look at. If you focus on Dubai or in the UAE in general, you will see most of the man-made islands are not a commercial offices. It's all about hotel, resorts, lifestyle, entertainment, residential, because that is the offering that is required for a luxury offering in the market. It's not about offering a space for the offices or the towers. That's how we see it, as a master developer, as a developers within the UAE. So if there is a need in Mumbai, which I doubt, but for a reclamation, that would really adds up on the value of the land, which is really higher in Mumbai.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right. Thanks. Any last question, or we can close? Oh, just one last question there.
I'm Captain Jyoti from the Vadva group. There was a session about RERA, but we very well know that the commercial buildings are not going to be part of RERA. Is it really a boon, or there should be some sort of regulation when it comes to the commercial building in this country as well?
And I think it is covered. I think the same courts will take the precedent of residential RERA Act while taking decisions. So it is bound to impact. And when developers start to self-regulate themselves to be able to meet the RERA Act conditions, it is bound to impact the commercial as well. Because you can't build a developer organization and be sensitive to one but not to the other client, irrespective of who they are. So I think it's bound to cover, and eventually I think it does cover. I think it also covers, by the way, real estate agents.
It does.
Yeah, it does cover.
It covers the real estate agents.
Correct.
Sure.
Absolutely. So it does cover. And anyway, the courts will, while taking decision, will take precedence as well. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, everyone,
Thank you.
for your time and taking the time out. Thank you for being a great audience. Cheers.
Well, thank you very much. I'm going to request our panel members to kindly remain on the stage. I'd like to invite Mr. J.M. Totla from Supreme Industries to please come forward to do the honors of presenting the mementos to all of our panel members. And now to present the mementos to our next set of panel members, may I also invite Mr. B. Kandhari of B. Kandhari Properties to please come on the stage. I'd like to request Mr. Totla to please remain on the stage as well. I'm going to request Mr. Kandhari to please.
Some people are addicted to cocaine.
I now request all our panel members, along with Mr. Totla and Mr. Kandhari, to please remain on the stage for a group photograph. So if I may please invite you to join our panel members for a group photograph. Thank you once again. Well, ladies and gentlemen, after that enriching panel discussion, it's now time to march ahead towards a last presentation of the conclave. This is going to be on the case study of Bindi Bazaar, presented by the architect of Project Qutub Manviwala. We have with us, in fact, our speaker himself, architect Qutub Manviwala, who's the founder of Manviwala Qutub and Associates, and he comes with an experience of more than 2 decades, and he's somebody who believes that great buildings, as well as spaces, can inspire, influence, and enhance the lives of the users as well as the community. We're going to take exactly a minute to also clear the stage, but meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our final presentation, and we'd like to invite on stage architect Qutub Manviwala. Can we have a warm round of applause to welcome him on the stage, ladies and gentlemen, everyone. Our final presentation for the conclave, everyone.
I'll just run you through a very small presentation on one of the exciting projects which is taking place in the southern part of Mumbai. I don't think I need to say much on it because a lot has been said about it. But this is just a run through on what is the overall on the project and how it is shaping up today. So just to give you I don't know, something is wrong with this, but yeah, just to give you a brief idea on exactly
For the past 150 years, Bindi Bazaar has been one of Mumbai's most historic and significant places. The crowded lanes of Bindi Bazaar are known for its unique culture and variety of commodities sold here. But today, carelessness and improper planning has turned Bindi Bazaar from Mumbai's pride to a helpless neighborhood. Other than that, lack of infrastructure has led to an unclean environment and home for diseases. Congested roads not only affects the vehicular movement but also makes walking difficult. Nothing remains constant except change itself. This is the law of nature. Embarking on this journey of change, His Holiness Dr. Sayyidna Muhammad Burhanuddin envisioned an ambitious project to upgrade and uplift the lives of people living and working in Bindi Bazaar. His son and leader of the worldwide Dawoodi Bohara community, His Holiness Sayyidna Mufaddal Saifuddin, along with Saifi Burhani Upliftment Trust, is taking the dream of late Sayyidna forward. This massive redevelopment project, comprising of 16.5 acres of land, has approximately more than 250 existing buildings, 1,250 shops, and 3,200 families. The goal of Saifi Burhani Upliftment Project is to transform the congested Bindi Bazaar area into a smart city with the state-of-the-art sustainable development, ensuring that everyone is entitled to a bright future. And to ease the transition for tenants during the redevelopment process, SBUT has built the finest commercial and residential transit facilities for tenants to move in while their new premises get ready.
When we came over here, we have all the facilities as in water supply, electric, free maintenance.
Health-wise, I have been very happy. Very low pollution over here, and plus the conditions are very good.
Presently, the redevelopment work is progressing in full speed, with the project getting a wholehearted support from the Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Ji Modi, and Honorable Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Shri Devendra Fadnavis.
भिंडी बाजार का जो प्रोजेक्ट है कि जो अपने आप में शायद एक पहली स्मार्ट सिटी हमारा समाज तैयार कर।
With the success of this project, we only hope that many such neglected inner city areas in Mumbai and other parts of the country undertake this model of urban rejuvenation and sustainable development. For the past 150
So, just to give exactly what you have seen in the clip, we have a site which is around 16.5 acres, here marked here. And with this site, we have around 3,200 families and around 1,250 shops to be recasted in this area. The present scenario is that there are very narrow lanes, there's no parking facilities. There's no infrastructure in the area, and the buildings are quite in a dilapidated condition. The visionaries are the head of the community, His Holiness, the 52nd Dai, and Dr. Syed Muhammad Burhanuddin Sahib, and his son, the 53rd Dai, who are really taking it up. To put it up, it is in a state to 16.5 acres, which is highly densely populated. We have virtually 80%, they have the consent. And in the proposed design that we have done, we have around 17 towers, where there are around 4 sale towers, and 70 to 80% of land is given back to the tenants. It's basically more than a redevelopment project. It is more of an upliftment project, which is going to virtually change the lives of the people out there. So it's got everything that you need. It's going to have, we have built a very smart transit out there. There's going to be good design, sustainable development, and we are retaining the vitality of all the shopping which is going to be there. So the shops, the 1,250 shops, are going to be recasted back into the same area. So after working for a number of alternatives, we have finally closed down on this as a master plan, where we have most of the areas which is given for the redevelopment, and only the 4 towers on the northern side which are given for the sale. This is the kind of look and feel. Today we have started with 2 subclusters. We have overall 9 subclusters. In this overall project, we are creating better infrastructure, wider roads, new sewerage overall, and a place where there are no trees. This is going to be one of the areas which is going to have good gardens on the top of the podium and good infrastructure. So the buildings are basically casted in a way or designed in a way to face, the whole master plan has been done with all the buildings virtually facing towards the north and south. This allows a lot of natural light, ventilation, and still restricts a lot of heat. So where the apartments are very small, it becomes very important that, these kind of natural light, ventilation, and good amount of distance which is there between the buildings to make it a good redevelopment or upliftment project. So we have, as I said, well-spaced aligned buildings with natural light and ventilation. We are creating a pedestrian zone in the center to enhance the shopping out there so that there's a better quality of life and better vitality of shopping. well-planned garbage and disposal and recycling of water, solar panels, so all the things which we need to make it into a good habitable area, we are putting it up here to make it an efficient 16.5 acres of living area. We are already certified for the Indian Green Building Council. And this is the minimum of 350 square feet of apartments that we are giving, where you have 2 rooms with a kitchen in the center, and then both with attached bathrooms. So these are virtually a concept of living in multi-purpose areas. So in the daytime, both the rooms are the living spaces, and in the night, both the rooms turn into the sleeping spaces. The shopping is all there from ground, first and second, and all the shopping has been designed as high street shopping out here, so as to attract people and to attract the business which is existing out there. This was a transit that we built, which is around 5-kilometer radius, where most of the families have been accommodated in this transit, where this nice houses have been created with decent amount of open space for parking and for children to play. It's first of the kind that we have also built, designed and done a commercial transit, which is within a kilometer of the area, where a number of shops have already been shifted and the businesses have been placed out there. These are some of the elements which are there, which we are giving in the project. And this is the appreciation the project is getting at different levels. Obviously, there are some challenges which are there. You know, there is an acquisition of property which the trust has to deal with. Time for approval, it's taking a lot of time. And, you know, it's a tough thing to have 250 buildings with 3,200 tenements for residential and commercial to be dealt with. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, sir. If I may kindly invite Architect Kutub Manviwala to please come on stage. I'd like to request Mr. Anurag Batra to please come on stage to present a token of gratitude. May I please invite Ms. Sapna Srivastava to please come on stage. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so with that, we come to the end of the conclave, and it's now time to set the evening for the awards, which will begin in 15 minutes. So we're going to request you to please take a break for 15 minutes. As you can also notice, we've got these very luxurious and very hot-looking Porsche cars right behind there. So please do go ahead and register yourself. They have some kind of an activity, I believe. Naveen, is that an activity? Okay. So please do go ahead and register yourself as well. And please do reassemble again in 15 minutes as we get started with the Realty Plus Power Building Brands Awards 2016 and the